What you're about to watch was not the plan. We came into this game trying to fix everything to get back to balance, stop the losing streak, and prove this team is still in control. But almost immediately, it fell apart, so we had one choice: give him the ball. And what happened next broke a franchise record. We head to Denver to take on the Broncos here in Week 7, where they have gotten more dangerous, adding Jalen Waddle through a trade with Miami and Courtland Sutton returning from IR. Another huge test for our defense, who has struggled for the past couple of weeks. But we are ready to get things underway here in Denver. They will kick the ball off to us to start the game, where Omar Cooper Jr., our first round wide receiver, takes the ball in on the kick return and gets us to the 33 to start. Our rookie quarterback Fernando Mendoza takes the field, where he has 1,300 passing yards, 7 touchdowns on 64% completion, having a pretty solid start to his rookie campaign. We open it up with a play action here on 1st and 10, and we get the ball to DJ Moore down the field, getting us to the 43, a pickup of 24 yards. The Denver defense will be without the former Defensive Player of the Year Patrick Surtain, as he is currently on injured reserve, getting us a hopeful advantage in the passing department. We get a handoff to Ashton Jeanty, who's able to pick up 9 yards, setting up a 2nd and 1. The rookie Washington Jr. checks in for the play action, where Mendoza has plenty of time before delivering the ball to DJ Moore. His second reception for 42 yards and getting us into the red zone already, under 2 minutes into the game. The drive continues. 1st and 10 from the 16, where Dylan Laube checks in. He gets the handoff up the middle and he gets taken down, getting a 9-yard pickup. Ashton Jeanty comes in for the quick dive, and he has plenty of blockers, getting his way into the end zone. The 2025 first rounder out of Boise State, leading the NFL in rushing yards in his sophomore season, and leading this Cascades offense in what has become one of the most elite and dominant offense in the 2026 season. Our veteran wide receiver DJ Moore got us down the field, and Ashton Jeanty punched the ball in. DJ Moore, of course, was acquired via a trade with the Chicago Bears, where we sent over Max Crosby in return for Moore and a 1st-round pick. Free agent kicker Boswell is able to get the PAT, so we are now in the lead 7-0, where we come up on a 3rd and 2 for Bo Nix and the Denver offense. He has plenty of time and scrambles around the pocket. He's able to outrun the defensive line and picks up the 1st down, converting on 3rd down early in this game. We will, of course, be without our top 2 interior defensive linemen, Tier Tart and Fullerunso Fadakazi, as they went out last week and were placed on injured reserve, putting their season on hold for a couple of weeks. In their absence, Zane Durant, our 3rd-round rookie, will need to step up, as well as our free agent acquisition Malcolm Roach, who comes over from Denver themselves, in order to lead this interior defensive line, along with our nose tackle Daryl Jackson Jr., who we took in the later rounds of this most recent draft. We come up on 3rd and 8 from just past midfield, where Bo Nix is all alone in the backfield, and he has good protection, and he overthrows his tight end, who is covered by Julian Blackman, our free agent safety, who has been having a pretty strong season to start. After the punt, we pick up at the 4-yard line, where we hand it off to Ashton Jeanty, who picks up 14 yards to get us away from our own end zone, getting us to the 18 and getting him over 10 yards a carry to start this game. Now on 2nd and 7, we toss it to the weak side to Genty, who has a block by Michael Mayer, and he has plenty of room down the sideline before he gets taken down at the 45. Our offense so far has been humming between DJ Moore and Ashton Jeanty. We have not had any problems moving the ball. We hand it off to our rookie running back Mike Washington Jr. up the middle, and he gets us to the 44. A great opportunity to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. We run a play action, and Mendoza tries to find his trusty wide receiver from college, Omar Cooper Jr., who is not able to bring it down with Riley Moss in coverage. The drive would stall, you'd get a field goal, and then Denver would not be able to make anything happen on offense, so they punt it back to us where we pick it up from the 30-yard line. We try and run to Washington Jr. on that play for nothing due to the holding, but then we run the screen to him, and he has plenty of room, turning the 1st and 14 into a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. With 2 minutes left in the first quarter, Dylan Laube checks into the backfield for this play action where Mendoza boots to his right, and he finds DJ Moore once again, but he is not able to haul in the pass. That is now 2 drops by our wide receivers where Mendoza drops back again. This time, Michael Mayer is the one that drops it to bring up a 3rd and 10. Needing 10 yards to go for the first down from the 45, we come back out with Mendoza in the shotgun. He'll drop back for the pass where he wants to go for Omar Cooper Jr., and he just sails it, bringing up a 4th down and a punt where we are able to pin the offense at the 2-yard line. Zane Durant jumps through with Khalil Mack to assist, taking down RJ Harvey at the 1-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 12. Out of the I formation, Bo Nix will look to hand the ball off to Harvey once again, and that is Eric Kendricks and Zane Durant, adding 2 more points to our lead, giving us a 12-0 advantage as we head into the final minute of the first quarter. We start things off from the 32-yard line where Mendoza will drop back, and he finds DJ Moore once again on the catch and run, who's able to get the ball past midfield and down to the 44-yard line. The veteran wide receiver with 65 receiving yards on the game today. We come back out on this 2nd and 10. We're running the play action fake screen. Mendoza will drop back, and the pass gets broken up, trying to throw through the contact, and it falls incomplete. We drop back once again on 3rd and 10, and once again hit as he tries to throw, bringing up an incompletion as we head into the second quarter where we are in the lead 12-0 off of the Ashton Jeanty rushing touchdown, the field goal, and the safety by Eric Kendricks. We punt once again, and Denver is now at the 4-yard line. They run the ball to Harvey. He's able to get them to a 3rd and 5 here at the 6-yard line where Bo Nix will drop back to pass. Has good protection, but Deontay Lawson is in the passing lane, forcing the incompletion and a punt. Once we get the ball back, we can see that Ashton Jeanty is 2nd in the NFL in running back receiving yards with 130 on the season. We come back out here 2nd and 10 where Mendoza will motion Dylan Laube out of the backfield. He gets the ball underneath to Omar Cooper Jr., who's able to fight his way forward for a 7-yard pickup. We now come back in the empty on 3rd and 3 where Mendoza stands firm in the pocket, and DJ Moore unable to haul in the out, bring up a 4th down where we once again punt the ball over to Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos offense. They would not be able to pick up the first down and punt the ball right back over to us where we start this drive at the 25-yard line. Mike Washington Jr. takes the handoff up the middle, but Zach Allen able to make contact, and then he gets tackled forward for a 4-yard pickup. He gets the handoff once again, wheeling outside to get the edge on the defense, getting us to the 47-yard line. We come back out here, 2nd and 9 from the 46 with Mendoza standing in the shotgun. He looks for DJ Moore underneath, who has plenty of room to get the catch and run, and there's no one able to stop him as he runs his way into the end zone, continuing his great game. The veteran wide receiver having a big, explosive first half after a disappointing start to the season, not yet eclipsing 400 receiving yards as we headed into week 7, but surely he has passed that by now. Denver gets the ball back here at the 29-yard line where they fall to 19-0 on the scoreboard. Bo Nix run a play action to Evan Ingram, who breaks the first tackle but is brought down quickly after by Drake Thomas. In the shotgun once again, Bo Nix would drop back to pass He finds Troy Franklin underneath, not able to pick up the first down. They would end up a few plays later getting their first down. Now on 2nd and 10, looks like a screen to their running back Zamir White, who breaks a tackle and gets brought down. The former Raider running back getting them to 3rd and 6, where from the I formation, Bo Nix would drop back and get it to Jalen Waddle underneath, who breaks the first tackle. The former Miami wide receiver being dealt to start this week before the trade deadline to inject some life into this 2-4 Denver Broncos offense. We of course played the Denver Broncos back in week 3, where we were 2-0 to start the season and they were 1-1. The game went into overtime, where it was Omar Cooper Jr. and Fernando Mendoza connecting on the final score of the game, where we would win 31-24. In that game, Zane Durant, our rookie, had a phenomenal game, but it is Khalil Mack coming up on the play here to stop the 4th down conversion and give us the ball back. Again, in our first game against the Denver Broncos, our rookie Zane Durant had 4 TFLs, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Offensively in that game, it was rookie Mike Washington Jr. who led our rushing attack with 10 carries for 86 yards, a touchdown, and a long of 61. But in this game, our previous drive would stall, so we punt the ball back to Bo Nix, who scrambles around, launches the ball deep down the field towards Cortland Sutton, and gets the 50-50 ball over Jair Alexander, completely flipping the field in one play, getting them down to the 17-yard line. That was one thing we did not have to deal with in our first game against the Broncos, as Cortland Sutton was on injured reserve to start the year. But we did have Troy Franklin, their wide receiver 3 at this point, get 110 yards in a fantastic game against us. After the group effort on 1st and goal, it is now 2nd and goal just after the 2-minute warning from the 6-yard line. Zamir White is in the backfield. He takes the handoff, and there is Patrick Payton, our undrafted free agent rookie, who has really exploded the past couple of weeks, starting in our game against the San Francisco 49ers, where he stepped in for an injured Khalil Mack. But there it is, the first touchdown for the Denver Broncos, and it goes to the man that torched us a couple of weeks ago, Troy Franklin, Bo Nix's college teammate at the University of Oregon, not too far from where our Portland Cascades play. After the Franklin touchdown, they would come out and get a PAT. We would come on offense, but not really be able to do anything, so the ball would go back to the Denver Broncos, who drive down the field just enough to get this field goal to end the half. Heading into halftime, it is a 19-10 score, where the Portland Cascades are in the lead after having an explosive first quarter, but slowing down a little bit heading into the second quarter and into halftime. Our offense has been headlined by Ashton Jeanty and, of course, DJ Moore, who has gone off for over 100 yards to start this first half. Definitely his biggest game of the season so far. Since we received the opening kickoff, it will be the Denver Broncos on offense first, where 2nd and 15, Bo Nix scrambles around a bit and just tries to get it to his wide receiver on the sideline, who is unable to come down in bounds, bringing up this 3rd and 15. Bo Nix drops back to pass once again, this time able to find Troy Franklin across the middle, giving them a first down and getting them to the 40-yard line. Coming out in a heavy set with Zamir White in the backfield, Bo Nix will hand it off on the outside, and he has plenty of, and that was a nice spin, juking out Jair Alexander, getting his way down the field, picking up a huge gain. 2nd and inches now, where they hand it off to Kenneth Gainwell, who came over in free agency, who gets brought down at the 9-yard line. This drive so far getting them all the way down into our red zone. They run the play action to Zamir White and try to throw it to an offensive lineman, who of course drops it. And then the following 2nd down play gets them nowhere. So it is now 3rd and goal from the 7, where Bo Nix drops back. Malcolm Roach falls to the ground, but gets up and drags Bo Nix down with him, taking them down to a 4th and goal from the 3. They hand it to Zamir White, but that is Cassius Howell and Patrick Payton, our rookie defensive ends, coming in to take him down and force the turnover on downs. We get the ball back right where they left off at the 4. We hand it to Ashton Jeanty up the middle, and he gets us to the 8-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 6. We hand the ball off outside to Genty with Michael Mayer on the lead block. He has one man to beat. That is Talanoa Hufanga, and there is no one able to stop Ashton Jeanty all the way down to the end zone. That goes down as the longest touch of his career. His previous long in any category was a 77-yarder during his 2024 season with the Boise State Broncos. We try to go for the 2-point conversion with Mike Washington Jr. to no avail, and the score is now 25-10 with 7:15 left in the 3rd quarter. He gets his pass to Evan Ingram, his tight end, who's brought down by Isaiah Polomau. From the 41-yard line, run the play action. Bo Nix has plenty of time, and Isaiah Polomau once again playing great defense, almost able to come up with the interception as he defended Jalen Waddle. 2nd and 10 now with an empty set. Bo Nix will scramble out of the pocket and has plenty of room before sliding down just shy at the 20 at the 23-yard line. 3rd and 11 now for Denver. Bo Nix will stand in the pocket and he tries to deliver to his tight end in the end zone, who was wide open but overthrew him, leading to a change of downs where we run the play action. Mendoza booting out to his right and finding DJ Moore once again, this time getting the 1st down and getting his total on the day to 121 yards. 3rd and 5 now. Mendoza will drift back before getting Cooper Jr. underneath, who spins away from Talanoa Hufanga with a fantastic block by Michael Mayer downfield, and the catch and run gets us down to the 22-yard line. 2nd and 9. We try and run the screen. It's not there, and we just take the sack by Zach Allen. We'll settle for a field goal here, and it just barely squeaks in, giving us a 28-13 score in the 3rd quarter. With over 400 yards of offense, our team has been humming this game. To hand the ball off to Zamir White outside, who breaks the first tackle, gets to the edge, fights his way for the 1st down at the 42. With about a minute and a half until the final quarter of play, they'll run the play action, and Cassius Howell got knocked off of his rush, but it was just what he needed as he comes in unblocked, able to finally tally his 2nd sack of the season. The final play of the 3rd quarter will be to dump off screen to Kenneth Gainwell, and the score remains 28-13 with the Denver Broncos on offense. Our passing offense has been having some highs and lows with plenty of drops but plenty of big gains, but Ashton Jeanty has been completely dominant on the ground. Another screen here to Gainwell, who gets able to break the 1st tackle, and Cassius Howell sprints across the entire field to take him down. Later in the drive, they work down to the 20-yard line and the red zone, where Bo Nix takes off on his own, sliding down at the 13. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Nix is in the shotgun. He moves up in the pocket, and on the run, he tries to get it to Zamir White, but overthrows him, bringing up a 2nd and goal now. As we try to handle some wear and tear, Bo Nix will see the blitz and get out of the pocket and scramble his way into the end zone, perfectly able to evade the pass rush and get them another score. Back on offense now with 8:45 left in the game. We hand it off to Ashton Jeanty, who gets outside and breaks one tackle but gets brought down, already at 183 yards on the day. Now in the empty set on this 2nd and 10, Mendoza will take a quick drop, and he gets it to Omar Cooper Jr., who of course drops it. 3rd and 10 now. Mendoza will drop back once again, trying to find Omar Cooper Jr. across the middle, but it is a pass interference, the penalty by Riley Moss, saving us and saving the drive. We're able to march our way down to the 26. We're on 3rd and 5. We find Omar Cooper Jr. across the middle, getting us to the 8-yard line. We look to take some time off the clock by running it, but no, Ashton Jeanty has different plans as he gets his way into the end zone. the superstar running back, able to fight his way through and continue his fantastic day on the ground. That touchdown puts us farther into the lead, 35-20. Back on offense for Bo Nix and the Broncos. He dumps it off underneath to Zamir White, who gets the first down on the catch and run. They work their way down to the 35-yard line with 4.5 minutes left in the game. He gets it underneath to Evan Ingram, who gets brought down by Deontay Lawson, bringing up 2nd and inches. They pick up the first down and are back here on 2nd and 10, where they run the screen to Kenneth Gainwell, and Deontay Lawson once again right there, able to take him down. Wasting no time, they come out in the hurry-up offense. Bo Nix taking his time to motion Kenneth Gainwell out into the slot. So now from the empty, he takes the snap, and he motions around, and he finds his wide receiver, Courtland Sutton, underneath and in the middle, bringing up a 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it out of the hurry-up offense. Needing just 1 yard, Bo Nix will drop it back, and he lobs it down, but no receivers in the area, and it is a turnover on downs, giving us the ball back with less than 3 minutes left in the game. They run the play action, and it completely fakes out their defense. Mendoza will get it underneath to Michael Mayer, who has plenty of room, plenty of blockers, and he gets the ball down to the 39 with a fantastic catch and run for the 2nd round tight end from a couple seasons ago. After a holding penalty, it is 1st and 20, so we run a play action again, and we get it to DJ Moore underneath, continuing his fantastic game in the air. It is now 2nd and 7, where the clock has stopped. We hand it inside to Ashton Jeanty, who gets all the way outside, and he gets into the end zone, but you guys saw it. There is a penalty flag on the ground. We wait to see what the call is. As Ashton Jeanty runs back, we see Alex Kappa jogging off the field, all guilty, and the ref will come in to give the call. It is an illegal block in the back on the left guard, so we settle for a field goal, where we are able to nail it from the 40-yard line, pushing the lead even further, 38-20. Bo Nix comes back out on offense, where it is 1st and 10 from the 27. He drops back, and he's looking for Courtland Sutton down the field, but he overthrows his star wide receiver. Bring up 2nd and 10, where he looks Sutton's way once again, but Eric Stokes, our corner, able to break it up, leading to a 3rd and 10. Needing a pass or completely fit the field, he gets it underneath to Troy Franklin, who breaks the first tackle and fights his way forward for the 1st down. With 46 seconds left. 2nd and 10 now from the 38. Taking their time for the play to start. He hikes the ball and he overthrows it, and Julian Blackman is right there to capitalize on the mistake, giving us the ball back and sealing this game for us. Looking for the 1st down to seal this game, Ashton Jeanty hops onto the field with 199 yards in today's game. We hand it inside, and their defense goes to the wrong holes, and Ashton Jeanty has no one there to stop him. He's able to get his way down towards the end zone, but he decides to be a team player and fall down at the 2-yard line, so we can just kill the clock and end this game. And 38-20 is your final score, where Fernando Mendoza threw 278 yards and 52% completions. Ashton Jeanty, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. DJ Moore, 134 yards, a touchdown, and 2 drops. Omar Cooper Jr. with 76 yards, 2 drops as well. Michael Mayer, our tight end, with a drop and a 28-yarder. Julian Blackman had 10 tackles, an interception, and a pass breakup, while Isaiah Pulamau had 12 tackles and 2 pass breakups. Drake Thomas had 10 tackles, Malcolm Roach, Zane Durant, and Patrick Payton all with 2 TFLs, while Cassius Hattle, our 2nd rounder, who has looked like a bust so far through this season, had 2 TFLs and a sack. Ashton Jeanty wrote his name into the record books, setting the franchise record for rushing yards in a game. After the game, it is the bye week, which could not have come at a better time as the injuries have begun to pile up on us. Brock Bowers, Jeremy Chin, Folorunso Farakazi, Tier Tart, and Zane Durant are all players that have been added to the injury list in the past couple of weeks. so we will be missing them for a handful of games, but hopefully we can make a playoff push and see them to end the year. With that being said, it is officially the trade deadline, and this roster has plenty of holes. The D-line is thin, the receivers struggle to come down with tough catches, and we're one bad game away from this turning into a slide. So I need to hear from you. Do we make a move at the deadline? If we do, where are you upgrading? D-line, receiver, somewhere else? Or do we trust this group to ride the momentum? Let me know down in the comments. If you're enjoying the realism and the direction of this rebuild, hit that like button. It really helps the series grow. And if you're new here, subscribe, because the decisions we make next could define the season. I will see you in the next video as we take on the Cleveland Browns.